Okay, so we closed the...
Somewhere on a stretch of road in a town you never heard of, there's a Chevy truck. And the person who drives it, well, that's a Chevy person. You probably know one. Your buddy.
He added this: I want to thank President Trump, AG Bondi, and Director Patel for the opportunity to serve with purpose. Most importantly, I want to thank you, my fellow Americans, for the privilege to serve you. God bless America and all those who defend her.
Ooh, Dana?
Yes.
I just got some breaking news.
Yes.
Fox is announcing a new show, Weeknights with Bongino.
What time?
11 p.m. 11 p.m. after Gutfeld.
Oh, that's Trace Gallagher.
Yeah, don't.
Well, it's Trace and Dan. One's going to be on each coast.
With that.
All right, up next.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Sorry, I was muted. Are you talking about for the Zoom call in there? I don't have a code. I hadn't started the room yet. But we'll start it and I'll pin it to the chat. I don't even know how many people we got. I didn't know if anybody's going to even show up because Shane's show was so different. Even Synchro, he left early. What's the code? The code to what? I don't know what code you're talking about, guys. Anyway, he quit. Trump gave a speech. I don't know. I didn't hear it. We were out buying furniture and doing stuff. Just to look it up. Sure, it's about Venezuela. And supposedly they're going to give $1,200 a person at the beginning of the year if you have a job. So if you're working and have a job, you're going to get 1,200 extra bucks back from the IRS. If you're not working and you just get one because of what's that shit about when you got 25 kids, you're not going to get one for every kid you got. You're just going to get one for the people that are working in the household. So it is a little bit different. All right, let's see if this is it. Yeah, 1 hour ago. I haven't posted the Zoom link yet. I'll do that here in just. I'm gonna go through a few articles and then I'll post the Zoom link and then we'll do the call in. Okay. I got to catch up on some stuff real quick. Besides, people are still filtering in, so. All right, here's the
Good evening, America. 11
the
months.
Trump speech real quick.
Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels, with law enforcement, and words such as that just forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history.
Well, that was short. Huh. All right, I'm going to pin that in the. It'll be at the top of the screen, or at the top of the chat screen. Click on the link, mute your mic. I can't have 10 people calling at once, so you can go ahead and jump in. That was a weird speech. That was short. I did always talk longer now. I don't know if I got a good. Let's see what that was from. That was on Bing. I think because he did two different things today. He did one this morning and then he did one tonight. Here's the other one from. Whoa. I don't know what that is. Let's see if it's the same one. Yeah, I had a weird line pop up on my computer screen. Now that's strange. And it's only under OBS. I started getting some bullshit hacking or something going on.
Thank you.
All right, this is on PBS.
Welcome to live special coverage of President Trump's address to the nation.
Speaking from the White House diplomatic reception room, the president is expected to lay out what he sees as his accomplishments so far this year on foreign policy, immigration, and the economy. The speech comes as the president's approval rating sinks to the lowest of his second term. In a new PBS News NPR Marist poll, 38% of Americans think he's doing a good job.
The president will also use the speech tonight to look ahead to his policy priorities for the year to come. Our own Liz Landers is at the White House now. So, Liz, help us understand why the president is using this moment for a primetime address.
Jeff, tonight's speech is expected to be a reflection of the last year. We are anticipating hearing from the president tout his administration's aggressive agenda on items like immigration, like this major tax and spending bill that passed over the summer, and also on the economy, on those tariff policies that have been implemented in the last year.
It's Liz Landers reporting live for us at the White House tonight. We'll bring you continued coverage, but for now, we take you live to the White House and the President of the United States.
Hey, bro, don't today with Parker.
Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country. which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden...
Okay, I'm gonna pause this real quick. If you come on the Zoom meeting and you start trying to draw shit on the screen, you start talking stupid shit, I'm gonna kick you the hell out. If you don't like it, leave. If you don't leave and you keep doing it, I'm gonna make you leave.
Administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden.
Go.
We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There has never been anything like it, and I would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%. We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years peace to the Middle East, and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22% and in many states 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen, AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. And that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna pause it for a second. Maybe the tariffs have helped, but I totally disagree on the food prices. The only thing that's gotten better, no, it ain't because you're Mexican, it's because I do the videos first, and I talk for a little bit, we talk, and then I do call-ins. That's how it works. I'll give you a chance in a minute. But the food prices have not gotten better. All right, 1 minute timeout. First time, say it again, you'll get another one. The food prices have not gotten any cheaper. They just hadn't. He said that turkey or whatever, you know, I don't know about a turkey. I got ham. And the year before for that ham, if I'm too loud, David, tell me and I'll back it off. I'm having to adjust the mic. The ham the year before ran me like $28. This year, same type, same size, just about, it cost me like $48. So, I'm sorry, I like Trump. I mean, I like parts about him, whatever. But I totally disagree with that on food prices. Anyway, we'll continue the video. We will do a call-in. We're going to do it after the videos. I got a couple things I want to go over. Stick around. We'll have the call-ins. If you know anybody else that wants to watch the show, go ahead and invite them, whatever. But I just got a way I do things. No, I put him in a 1 minute timeout. 1 minute, 60 seconds. All right, here we go.
Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this.
Now you're going to notice there are things he's going to say that I'm going to agree with, and there's things he's going to say I'm going to disagree with. I do not agree with him on everything. I do agree with him on some things. What I disagree with, I'll call out. What I agree with, I'm going to agree with. That's the way this works, guys.
This giant dollar reduction, they stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called most favored nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower costs. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases. And it's.
Okay, I'm going to pause it again. Again, I don't play things straight through. I look at stuff, and then I do commentary or whatever. For those of y'all that are new, that's just how I do things. I was in medicine for 25 years, and I do not think medicine is getting better. I think the cost of healthcare is going up. The Republicans hadn't done shit about it. I'm not saying Trump hadn't. I'm saying, okay, well, I'm not against Mexicans. Matter of fact, I had great Mexican food today for lunch. It was wonderful. But some of my good friends are Mexican. But no, healthcare is not getting better. It's not getting cheaper. It's getting more expensive. They're saying things that just aren't true. I just don't agree with that. For example, I have a good friend of mine. His wife, they're challenged on the economic side. I'll put it that way. Her health insurance went from $85 a month, which they barely could afford, and she has a autoimmune disease, to $325 a month, which they cannot afford. So now, basically she's screwed. She's going to have to depend on the ER. So, anyway, I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to support Trump on some things and not on others. So, if, hey, you're here on your own accord. If you don't like what I say, I don't know what to tell you guys. There's other channels. That's the way I feel, and that's the way I'm going to keep going. But healthcare has not really gotten better. I think the science has gotten better. I'm talking about the affordability for access.
Their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich, and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me, because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds, as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see. The numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot, and mortgage payments will be coming down even further. Early the new year, and you will see this, in the new year, I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last administration and their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing, while your rent and 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants. Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens, 100%. In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and seek power and profit at the expense of our nation. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day, not anymore. We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again. Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected. And our country is back, stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity.
The World Cup. Now that's a pretty interesting one. That is popular all around the world. So I don't care where you're from. I know. Well, two things. I built hotels for mostly they're from India. They would sit up all night and watch the World Cup stuff. I don't care if it was till 4 a.m. and it was filmed on the other side of the world. They would stay up all night long to watch the World Cup every year. I mean, it's huge. The only place it's not as huge is the United States, but it's getting better. So, yeah, I mean, I'm totally for that. Olympics, I've heard so many complaints about how much money the Olympics cost versus what it brings in. So, I think it's still a net positive, especially for business owners, Miami, California, Dallas, wherever they're going to have them. You know, they sell out hotel rooms, they make tax revenue, the restaurants make money. You know, it's pretty decent. Um, what else was he talking about? Again, wages. I don't see the wages have gone up that much. I definitely don't see grocery prices going down. If anything, they've gone up. I know I went and bought my wife coffee, and I hadn't bought her coffee in a while. She usually buys groceries. But I know a year ago I bought her coffee. It was like $9.50, $10, say, for a thing of Folgers coffee, medium roast. I went the other day. It was $16. $16. So it's a $6 increase, which is about a 60% increase on just coffee alone. So where these prices are going down, I disagree. I don't think they've gone down. We'll finish this speech up, and then we're going to look at this fire. I'm going to pull the fire up Shane was talking about. We'll look at it, and then we'll look at the call-in part. Anyway, here's the rest of his speech. It's got. He's almost done. When it goes to Perino again, I'll switch it over. Here's the rest of it.
Identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
That went quicker
There
than
you
I
have the
thought.
President of the United States speaking in just under 20 minutes or so to the American public in rapid-fire remarks, making big claims about what his administration's been able to achieve.
So that's where we're at. Now, they had a fire in Roswell. I'm trying to find it. The one I'm seeing is 13 days ago. That must not be the same one. Unless he was talking about one that happened 13 days ago. All right. So, Manuel, you're wanting to talk about what now? You said God, and I got to scroll back up. All right, guys, we're going to try this. Like I said, everybody's going to be respectful. And if not, I'm going to shut it down. If you got a point to make and you want to say it, you can make your point. You can be respectful. I will listen. Everybody else can listen. But if you start saying racist, homophobe, whatever, calling me names, I'm going to shut it down. So, we'll try it again. Give me 1 second and I will post the invite. So it is posted. So if you want to call in, Manuel, go right ahead. All right, unmute your mic. Right now. Okay, there you go. I think you're here. Well, now you're muted again. Okay, talk now.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Hello.
So, what do you think about the inflation of gas prices?
I don't know, I'm gonna get a little quieter in here so I can hear. What do I think about the nation of what now?
Huh?
The nation of what?
Okay. Let's.
You asked me a question. I
Oh,
didn't.
no, the inflation of gas prices.
Oh, gas prices? Well, I'm in Texas. So gas here is really not that bad. Um, I just filled up. I paid 250 something a gallon. I know East Coast, West Coast, they're paying closer to $5 a gallon. I
But you
hope
live
it.
in Texas, right?
Yeah, I'm in Texas area. Uh-huh.
All right.
So yeah, I mean gas prices. I've seen them a lot worse, but I've seen them a lot better. The
Over.
gas don't piss me off. It's the food.
Oh,
I can live without
over.
gas. We can't live without food. Without food, you starve.
Oh yeah, but over here we pay like $10 for gas.
Where over here is, I don't want you to say, just give me a state. Over here, California. Over here, Florida.
In California.
Now in California, that wouldn't surprise me. That would not surprise me at all. Um, but yeah, um, hopefully it gets better. Anything else? Are you Manuel?
Oh yeah, my bad.
All right. Well, nice to meet you, Manuel. I am not a racist, by the way. I uh, I have a lot of
Uh,
friends that are Mexican. I have friends that are uh, Filipino. I have friends that are African American. I mean, all kinds. So
wait. So what do you think about what happened to Charlie Kirk?
I think it is very sad what happened. I think all this fighting between everybody about how it happened, between the Candace Owens and uh, the Tim Pools and uh, all the people that are fighting, the Eric Kirk TPUSA. I think it's very, very sad that the poor man lost his life, and all these people can do is fight. I think it's a waste of energy. I think it's a waste of time. I think it's the FBI's job to figure out who did what. It's not Candace Owens' job. It's not Tucker Carlson. It's not Tim Pool. It's not mine.
Uh,
It's the.
do you mind to hear to this song that they told me in our church to respect Charlie Kirk?
I didn't catch. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time. I don't know if it's my internet connection or something or what. Type in your question in the chat. That makes it easier.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him one more. Just give me 1 second, David. I'm gonna give him one more. At least not getting on here trying to cuss and everything. Yeah, who's it by? And what's the name of it? You can try. I don't know if I'll be able to pick it up or not. I will try.
Here's the song, or you're gonna listen to it.
Okay, I can hear you.
You okay with the song?
I can still hear you. I don't hear the song though.
Yeah. Wait, my bad. It's just a glitch in my internet.
You sound like a young guy. Which I think that's who mostly the Charlie Kirk thing has
Oh.
affected has been young
Right.
people.
It's because my internet was really bad right now.
I understand. I have the same problem sometimes.
Yeah. So wait, I'm gonna put it again. Ready?
Go ahead. Yeah, all we're getting is blank, man. I'm sorry. It's just I don't hear anything. I did for a second, and then it went away.
Wait. Let me do something real quick.
Anyway, David,
But-
you're
Well,
go ahead.
So this other friend, which is like really good friend of mine, he died, and then he left the recording for me with this song. So if you want to listen to it, I don't know.
I don't. As long as it's within YouTube standards and guidelines.
Oh yeah, it has no virus in it. All right, let's hear it then, Mr. Manuel.
All right. David, you're out in California. Are you still here?
Hmm?
No, a guy named David in chat. He lives in California area. I was going to see what gas was running where he was at.
Did you hear it?
No, I hear you, but I don't hear any music now. But
Let me try again.
all right, last time, bud. Yeah. No, I can't hear it. All right, man. We'll have to try that again some other time. But I'm glad
That was his favorite. Oh wait, did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard some of it.
Oh, that's his favorite song. He said in his funeral he wanted me to play it.
Huh.
Hey, mister.
Yeah.
By any chance, you ever feel like Charlie Kirk deserved death because of his horrible thoughts of people.
Well, I totally disagree with you, but have a good night. Okay. Anyway, yeah, don't agree with that. I don't think anybody deserves to be done like that. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Just audio and music's really hard to listen to and play. I mean, it's even hard to catch a microphone sometimes, much less try and stream music in through a laptop or through something else. So yeah, it's real hard to hear. I mean, I heard music, but I couldn't understand a word it said. So, but no, nobody deserves that. Everybody can have differences of opinion. But that's just the way it is. Nobody's going to agree with everything. You're going to marry somebody one day or whatever you do. And like my wife, I don't agree with her on a lot of crap. Just have to sometimes agree to disagree. Let's see. Oh, wow. Let's see anything going on in Portland or wherever else. Let's see. 124 mile an hour winds in a Colorado blizzard. That's crazy. That would be a total whiteout. Let's see, they got somebody in New Orleans that was planning a terrorist attack. They stopped him. They say that tomorrow or Thursday, which is tomorrow, Trump may sign a new hemp bill, which that will definitely affect the markets. As far as big companies trying to get involved in the CBD and whatever that stuff's called, THCA, all that good stuff. I haven't heard anything about that Brown shooting today. I don't know if they found out anything else. Said Dan Bongino's quitting. That's surprising. I don't know if any of you guys watch Timcast. You still here, David, or are you gone? But that was Ian. He was definitely being Ian tonight. There we go. And that guy did Joe Rogan today, Weinstein. I watched part of it. I didn't get to see it all. They really went over a lot about telomeres and the body healing itself and being able to reproduce, how cancer works. Once your telomeres start degrading. We'll back it up just a little bit. Yeah, you know, they've known about telomeres for years, though. Years and years. There's the beautiful sphere. That is an amazing accomplishment right there. You wouldn't have had that 20 years ago. Let's see what else there is to look at out here going on. I guess the Portland thing's really calmed down finally. It was getting crazy there for a while. They have a volcano going off in Guatemala. It don't look too crazy though. Yeah, a little bit. All right. Might have to rewind it a little bit, but it did. Put it in the corner real quick. Look at it. Put off a little bit of lava, I think a little bit of a show. All right, this is down in Guatemala. It's a bad video. Right here. Well, Oh, okay. I don't know why it's not acting right. I'm gonna have to restart. Try that again. It's just not real bright. There's definitely something going on there. Let's see. Number's kind of low tonight. Yeah, there it is. Nothing really good is great to see. My live stream showing up. We ain't got nobody joining yet. It is showing up in the search. Damn, Kilauea's going off. Mexico City has one. Quite a few volcanoes acting up today. There's no police chases. There's no nothing like that. We should be able to see 3-eye Atlas caught in 2 more days with a telescope. Hey, welcome. How you doing? You can text or you can Let me know who you are and what's going on. We had some people in here earlier. We had a bunch of kids, though, and I think it kind of... few people didn't enjoy that, but I gave them a chance. And try and give everybody a chance to talk, give their opinion, as long as you're respectful and no problems. All right, we've got to send a few pictures, so a couple dogs I'm trying to get rid of. Anyway, welcome. How you doing tonight? See what's going on out there. Up about the Rob Reiner thing real quick. I hadn't heard nothing about it today.
Teach you how to be more.
Today I'm here to announce that our office will be filing charges against Nick Reiner, who is accused of killing his parents. These charges will be 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Tonight, Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman announcing charges against 32-year-old Nick Reiner.
These charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty.
The youngest son of renowned director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle. He's now the only suspect in the shocking murder of his parents.
Their loss is beyond tragic.
The couple found stabbed to death in their home in the Brentwood section of Los Angeles Sunday. Authorities releasing dramatic photos of the moment the 32-year-old was taken into custody near USC.
There was no indication that he was going to resist or anything like that. He didn't flee or anything like that. He was taken into custody without issue.
Attorney Alan Jackson now representing Nick. Jackson was famously Karen Reed's lawyer in her own murder trial. Nick Reiner has not yet entered a plea.
The bailiff has indicated that the sheriff's department will take it on a day-by-day basis.
And now new details about how the horrific killings played out in the upscale, celeb-filled neighborhood.
They were attending a party at Conan O'Brien's house, sounds like a holiday party, where there was some sort of argument or fight between Nick Reiner and Rob Reiner that got very, very heated.
Sunday afternoon, authorities were called to the home.
An LAPD source tells me that it was the Reiner's daughter who went into the home here and found her mom and dad dead, that she went in and then 911 was called. But investigators don't want to release where in the home they were found.
Authorities arrived at the Reiner's Brentwood mansion into a gruesome scene involving 78-year-old Reiner and his 68-year-old wife, Michelle. A neighbor telling ABC the Reiner's good friends, comedians Billy Crystal and Larry David, both rushed to the Reiner's home after police arrived, saying Crystal looked like he was about to cry. Reiner is best known as the director behind some of Hollywood's most iconic movies, like the often quoted 1987 classic, Princess Bride.
He didn't fall? Inconceivable!
Reiner, the son of comic legend Carl Reiner, began his career as an actor in All in the Family.
So, you're Mr. Bunker.
You figured that out, huh?
And continued acting throughout his career, playing opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in the critically acclaimed Wolf of Wall Street.
$430,000 in 1 month, Jordy? Huh? $430,000 in 1 month.
And in one of his last on-screen roles, playing a seasoned business manager in season 4 of the Emmy Award-winning series, The Bear.
And just a little bit about me so you don't think I'm some kind of a fly-by-night crackpot.
Fans paying tribute to the Hollywood great from coast to coast, gathering at his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
This is so tragic, especially the way it happened.
This Spinal Tap blew my mind, and I still watch it to this day. Just kind of everything that is done, his humanity, his empathy.
I think Rob Reiner was one of the most beloved and admired figures in Hollywood, both because he was a warm and generous human being to be around, because he treated people so well, but also because he had an absolutely extraordinary entertainment career. So it's no surprise that his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame is getting that kind of attention in the wake of his passing. People want to say thank you.
And in New York, outside Katz's Deli. Home to one of the most memorable scenes from his film When Harry Met Sally.
I'll have what she's having.
It's a hilarious performance from Meg Ryan right away that everybody enjoys and remembers. But then the perfect button on it comes from the woman of a certain age who goes, I'll have what she's having. And that role is played by Rob Reiner's mother, Estelle. So it's just perfect.
We've been in this restaurant at least 50 times.
Thinking about your next big move? Realtor.com's housing forecast has you covered.
Sad.
Our forecast gives expert insight.
Here's Jimmy doing
percent, and in many states 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down. Make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price.
What are you talking about?
The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich, and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy.
Why do we need insurance
companies? For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down.
Because what's going to happen?
Never been respected before.
Let's go forward.
So that was it. I thought the reason why I stuck around because I thought he was going to announce an invasion into Venezuela before Christmas, but I guess I was wrong. But the reason why he's doing this is because he's tanking in the polls, and that stuff he was saying about lowering the cost of health care and health insurance. That is some slinging bullshit there, boy. Because what's going to happen, because the big, beautiful bill took away people's ACA subsidies, their health insurance premium subsidies. So now people are their health insurance costs are going to skyrocket. And most of those people are MAGA, as Steve Bannon said on this show. And they went at it with a meat cleaver instead of a scalpel. And so that's what Trump is doing, and Trump's numbers are cratering. Remember this? I showed you this.
As you know, Donald Trump put in the best performance for a Republican presidential candidate among young voters since George W. Bush did back in the early 2000s. And, you know, he started off his term, his net approval rating among voters under the age of 30 at plus 10 points. Hey, that's pretty gosh darn good. But you come over now, according to CBS News, YouGov, this isn't falling into the water. This isn't going underseas. This is going into a deep, dark, black hole. Look at that, minus 46 points. That is a shift on the net approval of 56 points in the wrong direction since February. My goodness gracious, you know I love looking at these swings, looking how the electorate changes. You rarely ever see swings.
We look at a lot of polls. We almost never see drops
No.
this big, this quickly.
Yeah.
Any sense of why? What issues may be driving it?
You know, look, we've been talking about it. You were talking about it last segment with Mr. Matt Egan. It's the economy, stupid. I mean, just take a look here. Age 18 to 29 on Trump and the economy. Back in October of 2024, who did those under the age of 30 trust? Harris or Trump? It was Trump by 10 points, according to the Marquette University Law School poll. Look at where his net approval rating is now on the economy. Minus 52 points.
So that's why he's doing this, because he's tanking faster than any president we've ever seen's numbers tank. And people like Marjorie Taylor Greene are telling you the truth. Tucker Carlson are telling you the truth. His kid can't afford a house. They're working full time. They can't afford a down payment for a house. They can't afford their health care. They can't afford a mortgage. That's what. So that's why he did this tonight. And I'm sorry for making people think. I think he probably didn't declare war on Venezuela just to piss off Tucker Carlson. That's what Keaton Weiss told me. But we'll see. So that's what I thought was coming. I thought the big announcement tonight was a war with Venezuela. That's why I stuck around. That was just a bullshit. He should have just, Misha said he should have just said this on Truth Social. I agree. But whatever, he did it. That's that. Sorry to waste everybody's time. Okay. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you on Friday.
Yeah, I like go Jimmy Dore.
Here we go again.
You can come in. Don't worry. Our legacy will be that of peacemaker.
Peacemaker in the fire. Beautiful. Together with like-minded leaders, we have a voice. Is it safe?
It is safe.
Everyone wants to know. So here it is. Hi, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
Yeah, we'll look at some puppies. I don't want to do that.